Hey guys, Fox and Foxo Games, and we're just kind of playing around right now. I've decided that, in addition to whatever other playthroughs I've got going, I was going to try out... Oh, look at that slow roll. That's not even a medium roll. There we go. I decided I wanted to try out a heavy armor, great shield, large weapon build. Something I have never tried. I'm also using a third-party controller. It's the PowerA Pro Elite PS3 wireless controller, and I've got it in a mode right now where it's emulating the Xbox 360, and so far it's working flawlessly, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't mess up on me. It would be nice to kill this guy right away, since he'll drop the Demon Greathammer for us, but since I took the Master Key, it would just take forever to kill him with this little weapon that I have right here, even two-handing. See? Look at that. That just take too long. Way too long. Probably gonna get hit again. Oh, so close. So close. Okay. Yeah, I don't plan on using the Demon Greathammer, so it's not worth spending all that time trying to get it. Nice thing about starting out as the knight is not only do you get the heaviest armor for any starting class with poise and all that good stuff, but you also get one of the best starting shields. Well, actually the best starting shield in terms of overall stats, if you don't count the fact it's a little heavier. If you look at it, it's got 100% physical reduction, 70 on fire and 50 on lightning. Magic's low as most shields are. And it's got stability of 58. So that's really the best starting shield if you're going for straight up block stability, not worried about the extra weight. The broadsword is okay as a starting weapon, but the thing is, I don't see any real reason to use the broadsword over a longsword. The longsword just has a better moveset. Because when you look at the broadsword, it's got basically a sweep attack, a kind of a sweep attack with a vertical, another sweep attack, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they're all sweep attacks. So with the longsword, at least you get a thrusting attack. And really, when it comes to weapons, it's not just the stats on them, but also the move sets that really make a difference. So you want a weapon that not only does good damage, but has a move set you can work with. Hey, Oscar. Sorry about that. We're skipping dialogues and cutscenes and all that stuff that wastes time. And besides, it just makes YouTube flag it as having third-party content, and that's just a pain in the butt. Hey, buddy. What's going on, my friend? Better get a few parries in while I can, because once we get our first great shield, there'll be no more parries. And that'll be hard for me to get used to. I'm just so used to using parries. And backstabs we can still do, obviously. But we're going to be in no parry mode with great shields. Look at that. An R2 didn't kill him in one shot. It's embarrassing. I bet this R2 will. Oh, took a hit, but... basically, your knight is pretty much the only starting character that I'm aware of that could take that hit without breaking poise. Whoops. Fail on the roll. Okay, let's go kill this guy in here and see if he gives us anything good. I don't know if he even can drop his longsword, but I would love it if he did. Oh my goodness, look at that. First time ever. See, now unlike the broadsword, this has that thrusting attack. So you've got the sweep attacks, and you've got the super useful thrusting attack where you move forward a bit. We're not going to use this very long anyway, so it really doesn't matter all that much. I think for our armor set, we're going to either use the Stone Guardian... Why is he so far back in there? There we go. We're going to use the Stone Guardian set, Stone Armor, or we're going to... Guardian. I don't even know if it's called Stone Guardian. We're going to use the Stone set. And then, once we hit the new content, I'll probably get the Guardian Armor. I don't know, that or maybe Black Iron set. I don't know. It'll be a heavy set, obviously. Look at that. Look at that stability just from blocking with my longsword. I'm taking a little long on this guy, I know. And he's down. I will go ahead and turn the music back on. I had it turned off. Also guys, if you have trouble with the camera occasionally, whether it's the PC version, Xbox 360, or PS3, if you find the camera wigs out and sends you falling off cliffs and things like that because of stuff around you, camera auto wall recovery. By default it is turned on. Turn it off. Trust me guys, turn it off. This will probably save you a couple unnecessary deaths, especially in Orlando when you go up that first rampart and you walk between the pillars and the pillars make your camera wig out. All of you Dark Souls veterans know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, camera auto wall recovery set to off will fix that problem. Go down here and grab this little hidden soul. It's not worth much, however. Just 200 souls, I believe. And we're going to use the Zweihander as our starting weapon. I'd rather use something else just because I've used the Zweihander before, but I mean, when you're going for a heavy hitting build, looking for a heavy weapon, the Zweihander is just such an obvious choice. It's immediately available, immediately after exiting the Undead Asylum. We need 24 strength, I believe, to one-hand the Zweihander, but all we need for now really is enough strength to two-hand it. I usually go and grab everything here, even if I never use the stuff. I don't know, I'm kind of like that. I just want to grab all the items that are available around here. Particularly souls, of course, because you can always use souls. I mean, even if you just grab like a Soul of a Lost Undead for 200, you could at least, I don't know, use it after dying in order to repair your gear or something of that sort, or to upgrade a weapon one iteration. Okay, you already belong to the Covenant, so if you're a knight or a cleric, I believe, you don't need to worry about joining the Covenant to get the shrug gesture. And you know what? Stand by with me, guys. I have to change the batteries in my wireless headphones because they're beeping at me. So I will be right back when I change out the batteries. Alright guys, I'm back. We went ahead and switched out the batteries in my wireless headphones. Basically I have it's one of the Turtle Beach brands. I'm not sure if it's really the best or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not that much into audio and audio fidelity and all that stuff. I just know it sounds good enough for me, so I use them, and they don't have a wire, which is nice. Still picking up random items all around here. This is kind of a secret area. You can get to it other ways, but this is the safest, easiest way to get to it. Okay, and the way I do it with my wireless headset is it requires 2 AAA batteries, so I bought 4 rechargeable AAA batteries. I keep 2 charged at all times. When the set that I'm using in the headphones lose their charge, I take those out, put in the 2 charged ones, and then charge the ones that are low on battery. And that way I always have 2 batteries ready to go, and I never have to worry about not having enough battery power for my headphones. Oh, there's a little ghost down there. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll down here. Really, I should be taking off my armor so I can move as quickly as possible. Oh shoot, didn't mean to do that. That delayed me a little bit. The binoculars are down here, except going for the binoculars oftentimes will get you killed because you have to double back right through your enemies. And that's dangerous. Don't need the wing spear, so I'm just going to leave it for now. There are some souls down here, or there is a set of souls, or 1 soul, I should say, right there. I'm going to come back and get it. That way, if I get it now, I feel like I'll probably get ganged up on by all the skeletons, and I just don't feel like dying. It's not really a big deal if I die. I just respawn right there at the Firelink Shrine. And we made it to the bonfire before the enemies got too close. Sweet. Okay. So we have the Zweihander. Unable to wield this weapon effectively with present stats. Okay, so we can't even two-hand it. Ugh. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we can't use it for now. We'll go ahead and use the, let's see, Morning Star is 83 damage. Longsword is 80. Let's go ahead and use the Morning Star because it's got sort of that heavy feel to it. And I want this to be a heavy hitting build. And while we have no souls, no active souls, we've only got 10 right there. And while we've got no humanity, let's make a run for... Wow. I still can't even roll. Let's make a run for... let's see. Yeah, I hate running around without my armor on. We're going to make a run for the Firekeeper Soul down here and the New Londo Ruins. That way we have an immediate +1 Estus Flask, which is super cool and super useful. I may also go ahead and skip any farming. Definitely, guys. I'm going to skip any farming that I do. I'm not going to make you guys watch farming. Send that elevator back up because we're not coming back up the elevator. We're just going to, we're going to end up dying down here. So we'll skip farming. I may go ahead and even skip long sessions of like running back somewhere where I came from or something like that if I run to grab an item. You know, it's always a question of like how much do you skip? If you skip too much, then your viewers feel like they're not seeing the full experience, especially if they're looking like to get experience on how to play the game. They want to see as much as possible. But if you show them too much, it can get boring. Like in my Claymore playthrough, I had like an hour and a half of nothing more than me grinding out souls from the Silver Knights, trying to get some drops. And yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun. You guys don't want to watch me grind on the same enemies over and over again. It's just not good. Okay, there it is. Just be careful. You can kind of wig off to the side if you're not careful. Stay a little bit to the left, and there we go. And I love how you sink down in the water like a solid rock. I mean, the water doesn't even slow you down. The water slows you down no more than the air does off of a cliff. Okay, so we really lost nothing there because all we had were 10 souls, and who cares about that? Oh, that's a slow roll again. And that's medium roll, okay. Well, you know what? This is supposed to be a heavy build. What am I doing? It's just not about fast rolling. Not even about medium roll. This is about being heavy. Alright, we got a +1 right away, which is, that's going to be super useful if, you know, we take a lot of damage. The other cool thing about the Morning Star, which makes me want to use it a little more in the future, is it's got a bleed effect, which is kind of neat. It's the only mace that has a bleed effect. There's one mace that has a bleed effect, it's the Morning Star, and there's... Oh, how'd this guy die? Oh, he's probably fighting the crestfallen... Or no, maybe the skeletons? Nice. And the only sword that has a bleed effect, a regular sword, is the barbed straight sword. And when I say sword, I mean like the straight swords. I don't mean the uchikatanas and the katana. I guess katana is technically a sword, so I just want to clarify that. Oh, shoot. Alright, run back. The only other thing down here, other than the binoculars and the wing spear, which I passed up, is I think the red and white shield, which the more I look at it, the more I think it's basically a useless shield. I don't see any value in using the red and white shield over other shields. It doesn't have 100% physical block to start with. It doesn't have any special bonus it gives you. It's not especially lightweight or anything, so I just don't see the point in using it. No. Oh, I wanted to make it all the way over there. I couldn't. You can hear the skeletons right behind me. And it's, of course, much more, it's much nice. Oh, I wasn't able to make it to the bonfire, but that's okay. We'll keep running. I just don't want to fight the skeletons right now. They do way too much damage, and they have way too much health to bother with. You know, sometimes you just forget how nice armor in Dark Souls looks. Like, look at the detail on this armor. This is a starting set of armor, guys. Most video games don't have that much detail on the best, coolest piece of armor in the game. I mean, look at the helmet, the detail, and look at the shoulder. They have it realistic. You know, most games that have knight armor will show it balanced on both sides. That's not how all sets of knight armor were. The reason there's so much more armor up on the shoulder on his left side is because that's where his shield is. So when he puts his shield up, if it deflects off of the shield, it hits that extra chunk of metal right there. So it protects his arm because he's going to be blocking with that side. Just really cool stuff like that. Kind of like in that little tattered cape thing that's going across his neck. And, you know, there's like a little dagger right there and a pouch and some, you know, leather straps and belts and that right there, which looks like a arrow pouch or a quiver, but it's not. Just really, really cool. If you guys have not taken the time to do it, Just really sit there, get close to a wall like that, put the camera into the wall so you can see it up close, and take a look. Wait, I hear something moving around. Darn it! It's too close for me to use the bonfire or whatever it is. Okay, well, while we're waiting, let's do this. I have no reason to save these at the moment. We should be able to level up, I hope, twice off of this. We're putting it all in strength at the moment. As you get better with the game, you don't worry so much about loading up on vitality. You prefer endurance, strength, and dexterity, or maybe attunement, intelligence, faith, whatever you want to use. Faith, of course, is not as useful at low levels. You don't have as much utility with it at lower levels. But when you're a new player, you're probably going to stack a whole bunch into health just because, you know, it's health. Watch how little damage I do here. Wait. Oh, they're weak to blunt. And by blunt, I mean blunt damage, guys. Okay, I never realized that. I think they're weaker to blunt damage. Alright, let's go ahead and level up. Did you see that? It kind of messed up my frame rate for a second. Alright, pour it all into strength. And I think we're either good enough now or we need one more for the Zweihander. I can't remember. Yeah, we're good enough now. I think it's at 16. Alright, here we go. And we can block with the Zweihander. It only does it does 70% physical block. And if you guys don't realize it, that's as good as some of your small shields. Seriously, like the buckler and the target shield blocks 70-some%, 72, 6, something like that. So this is almost as good as a buckler or a target shield. Bam! One hit kill. Oh, he was blocking, otherwise it would have looked awesome. Back up so I don't get the flame on me. See, he can hit me right there. I'm trying to get that guy's attention without getting firebombed. Pancake! I love that move. It's just so cool. It's so fun. It's so fun. I'm going to let him throw one and then go for it. Okay. Oops. There we go. The one problem I'm going to have is I'm probably going to switch to shield, block, and then swing, totally forgetting that I can't use it yet. And it's going to like bounce off an enemy. So that's the one thing that sucks about having a weapon that you can only two-hand, is it's really easy to forget that you can only two-hand it. Oh, I rolled the wrong way. Oh, I'm so not used to that slow roll, that fat roll, guys. I'm so not used to it. But I'm telling you, I mean, after playing dexterity builds for so long, it's just so nice to have that I don't know what I was saying there. It's so nice to have that really hard hitting big boom sound of that big giant sword striking an enemy or the ground. The combat is very visceral. You can feel it in the game. Okay, let's see if we can get an overhand. There we go. One thing to be careful of, guys, is this. Oh, it did work. Okay. Sometimes in narrow corridors, like watch, you can bounce off of walls with these wide arcs. Okay, I'm trying to play here. The cat is on my lap, kind of partially even on the controller, so I'm trying to play and not, you know, mess with the cat at all. Try not to disturb the poor kitty who's sleeping. If you time it right, you can hit enemies as they're approaching you. It shouldn't actually be very difficult. Watch out for this guy. He's going to throw a firebomb. And here we go. Watch this. Boom and boom. Nice spin around as you hit him. Alright. We're going to go down here, get all the secret items. We're not going to get every single secret item in the entire game, but we'll get what we can. What's convenient. The heck? Why is that guy there? You know what? I bet you the loud... That's what I was trying to say earlier. Loud. The loud sound of this thing striking the ground actually alerted that guy. Because you can hit walls and things, and you can alert enemies that are in the distance. Not way off in the distance, but close enough that they can hear the sound, so they come looking for the origin of the sound. You know, I almost wonder if we should just take the shield off. No, we're not, because as long as we can fat roll and we're not above our encumbrance level, we're where we need to be. Sorry guys, having trouble talking today. Doo-doo. Pancake. Okay, that rubbish can later be traded with Sparkly or Snuggly. I can't remember what her name is in each game. It's different in Demon Souls and Dark Souls. The Crow can be traded with the Crow in the Asylum Demon, in the Northern Asylum for a Titanite chunk, which we'll want, although we may not even need it because it's so easy to farm. You can farm it off the Dark Wraiths, and you get quite a lot of them easily that way, so it may even be easier to do it that way. But we'll be passing by the Crow, so we'll probably drop it off just because we're there. Alright, here's the dragon. It can't harm you no matter how close you get, so don't worry about it. We still got... You know, my frame rate keeps dropping here, and it wasn't dropping before I did a reinstall of Windows, so I don't know what the deal is. I want my frame rate 100% consistent. I want it 30 frames a second all day, every day. Ooh, look at that. Breaking the shield guard. Man, see that frame rate just drop? I might have to do something about that. I really don't like that. Alright guys, in here is actually a really cool looking shield that just the stats on it don't merit using it. But, I mean, take a look at that. It's a nice, cool looking wood shield, and it's got sort of that dragon design on it. You see that? I just like the look of it. It looks very like plain and simple and realistic, but the stats on it just aren't very good. There are better shields for the weight class. When it comes to using a shield, the only disadvantage other than occupying a slot really is the fact that, let's go ahead and hit the bonfire in case I die. The only disadvantage shields have, other than the fact they occupy a slot, is really their weight. So when you look at a shield, the only disadvantage you need to worry about, other than whether you can use it or not, whether you have the stats for it, is how much it weighs. It adds to your overall equipment weight. I really don't like this whole thing about the frame rate dropping like that. I don't feel like that should be happening. Whoops. I meant to check. Let's see. 1039 souls are required. So... Okay, let's go ahead and pop all these, and yeah, 1039. There we go. That's 1039. We can't... Whoops. Actually moved down there. Sorry, I just got done sneezing. Okay, let's go ahead and give us some more strength, and we need 5 more points in strength before we can one-hand the Zweihander. At that point, we'll focus on probably endurance. This build is going to be completely strength, endurance, and vitality. Although this has a descaling with dexterity, but we won't be using this the whole time. We're going to use a pure strength weapon of some sort. I haven't decided which one yet. But the nice thing about strength weapons is, even though they're slow, just being able to one-shot stuff is pretty cool. I don't know how that missed, but apparently... Oh, shoot. A little too soon there. Huh, that was weird. It wasn't blocking for a little bit there. Okay. Now these guys, I wonder if I can just break right through their shield. Nope, not quite. Oh, too slow. That's not what I meant to do, but that'll work. I meant to kick. I can't always kick consistently in this game. I don't know why. There we go. Done. The Hollow Soldier Shield, I used to ignore it because it just dropped from these random dudes, but really, when you look at it, it is a really nice shield. It's a little heavier and has a little less stability than the Tower Kite shield at first, but if it's the first shield you get that has 100% block, it's a really, really good shield to use. It's got great stability, great block, and definitely worth using, especially at low levels. If you're new to the game and you need something to just block attacks, just sort of try to muscle your way through the game, that's a great shield to do it. Well, hello. Alright, undead merchant. So, we don't really have enough for anything without popping some souls, so let's do that. He tells us to go fall off a cliff. That's usually why I end up dispatching him, but we won't this time. We'll keep him alive. He's convenient. I will buy the, let's see, residence key I don't actually need for anything, and the bottomless box I would like. Oh, one of the weapons I'm considering using as our final weapon is the Great Axe. I'm a big fan of the Great Axe. I've used it before, which is the only reason I'm considering not using it, simply because we've, well, used it before, so. Considering that I've used it before, it might be better to use something else, just to do something new. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. My wife and I really need to go grocery shopping. I'm at the point now where there's not a lot to eat, just basically cereal is all we have left. I guess it's an American tradition to eat cereal at basically any time of the day or night. At least it is. It was in my family, and it is in my new family now. I've had a bunch of time off from work. I didn't plan on having this time off, but I got it. Can't go into any details about how I got the time off, but I'm just enjoying my time off while I have it. There we go. If you guys don't know about this, it's one of the first really kind of hidden secret areas in the game that you could easily miss. The only thing you really get here, though, is the crossbow and some bolts. But it's the first place you can get a crossbow, so yeah, get it. Why not, right? Why not? And these guys are going to be alive now because I've hit the bonfire. I hear somebody moving. I don't know where they are, though. Oh, he's inside there. Okay. We'll go ahead and skip these guys. They don't really give enough souls to be worth farming at the moment. Little frame rate droppage there. Definitely not a fan of that. I think maybe I need to reapply the depth of field filter. Alright. I would like to kindle this bonfire. The only catch is, once you kindle the bonfire, you have to be in human form to do it. And once you go human, well, yeah, it is what it is, guys. There's going to be a whole bunch of twinks. They're called twinks. These guys that twink out their character with the best gear possible at a very low level so that they can kill low-level players that aren't ready for PvP yet. I mean, I've done it a little bit, but really there's like no challenge in it. I mean, why do you want to grab like this, you know, +5 lightning weapon or +15 weapon and run in and just, you know, kill somebody who's got a completely unupgraded gear and low stats? Bust that because we can. And well, you know what, heck, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go human. And if we're gonna go human, might as well kindle the bonfire while we're at it. Nice thing about this bonfire is you cannot be knocked out of the bonfire when someone invades, because no one can invade you while you're in this room. Oops. No bonfire kindling animation, or humanity animation. That happens occasionally. We can kindle up to a current maximum of 10. Okay. Now we're in human form, so we're susceptible to invasions, but we can also summon if summon signs appear. And there's one. Ooh, I got a humanity for that guy. See how we were able to poise through those attacks? We'll go ahead and wave to our buddy here. Wave with that giant Zweihander like it's nothing. And it looks like he may be AFK, away from keyboard or mouse or controller or whatever. He's got the hand axe. That's pretty cool. That's a starting weapon, though, for the pyromancy class. Okay, whatever. I'll move on and hope that he eventually comes back. Otherwise, I just buffed my boss pointlessly. One thing about this weapon, though, is it can take so long to attack. Sometimes the enemy can get you before you complete the attack. And it can also get the attention of other enemies nearby with the loud sound of its booming swing. Oh, I got lucky and didn't get a hit there. Got that guy right through the wall. And why not? They can hit me through the wall, I'll hit them through the wall. Nice black firebombs. If you're having trouble with the Taurus demon, the firebombs can be helpful. Looks like he still hasn't returned yet. I may just have to send him home before I bump into the boss. I just don't want the boss's health to be buffed up unnecessarily. Try to backstab these guys if possible, that way you have a moment of invincibility. Oh. Wanna dodge, huh? Dodge that, buddy. Dodge that. If you have the master key, you can open... Oh, that failed. That didn't. You can open the room down there and get some pine resin, which can also be useful if you're trying to kill the Taurus demon and having any amount of trouble. Come on, my friend. Let's go. See, look at that. That frame stutter when it gets like a long view of terrain. Oh, bad timing on my part. Bad timing. Every now and then I feel like the block button isn't working properly. I don't know if it's the controller emulator software I'm using or if it's the game. I know that Dark Souls does have some issues with the controls. Oh no, don't hit me while I'm waving. Don't hit me while I'm waving. Thank you very much. There we go. Teamwork. I break the shield guard. You slash him to death. We got one more down here. Well, actually two more. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're going to skip the Black Knight. There's really no reason to fight him right now, other than maybe a Titanite chunk, but I don't think he drops one. There we go. I wonder if he's going to be okay trying to fight Havel. I hope he's willing to fight Havel with me. Come on, buddy. I want to fight Havel. You know, with headphones, these areas tend to echo way too much. Well, we're not fighting Havel now. We are not fighting Havel with an invader. Go home, Twink Invader. Go home. Go up there, dude. I got this. I hope I got this. Hopefully he doesn't die, because now he just buffed the Taurus Demon's health. Oh shoot, there he is. Oh, you... Oh my goodness. I don't know what that guy's doing. Well, sorry, bud. My plan is to plunge attack. If you don't want to come back here, then you're on your own, man. I always do my plunge attack. Come on, buddy. Bring him back here for me. Bring him back here. Bring him back here. Bring him back here. Bring him back here. Come on. Use some brains. Figure out that I'm up here. Do something intelligent and come this way. Oh wow, this guy's not gonna play. This guy just doesn't know how to do this. You might not even know about it. And down. Give him a nice little wave goodbye. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one of our big weapon, big armor, heavy armor, fat roll build, Dark Souls playthrough.